Fathering in our home is a very, very critical thing because we need fathers, definitely. Without fathers, then we don't even have a society, much less to say even a community.
Before I became a father, I was just living free, right? So I just enjoy myself, just living life. But when I became a father, I realized that we couldn't be the same way, couldn't do the same things. I'm now mentor, provider, and protector for these little children, these little lives. And I have 4 children, so it's a lot of them, right? It's a very, very awesome role. It's a very critical role. I take it very, very seriously. And I realized too that I don't have a lot of time with them. So I always try to maximize the time I spend with them.
I love children, so I think I was at a point where I felt ready. I'm a person who is very family oriented, and so I was a bit eager to start my family. My wife and I, we share values, and so I knew that I would want to have a baby with this woman. So my thoughts about fatherhood, I was mentally prepared, or so I thought. Everyone's experience of fatherhood is different, and this is my first time. So I was like, okay, can I really do this thing? Can I actually raise up a child? Instill values in that child so that that child can become a productive member of society. So that was my primary concern.
The father-son relationship actually is different from the father-daughter relationship. The father-son relationship, in the absence of a father, a lot of sons, do not have a working context or even an understanding as to how to be a father themselves. And so it's very, very important for them to have a point of reference as it relates to who daddy is and what daddy entails and what daddy must do. And so if the son does not have that example or working example, then he may grow up having children and do not even understand how to raise those children. There are certain tenets about fathering that the son can only learn from his father, the male.
I'm a father of 2 boys. One is 19, he's Neil, and the younger one is Matthew, he's 13. Neil attends University of the West Indies, and Matthew is at Jamaica College. I am a single dad. I was married for 17 years, and just a little over 5 years ago, my wife Paula passed away after a short illness, cancer. So that was obviously a huge event in our lives. Before Paula had passed, we were a very, I guess, a conventional family. Both of us were very involved with our children, so I was a very hands-on dad, involved in the homework, help with homework, getting them to activities, stuff like that, and also play. We used to play board games and stuff like that, especially in the holiday time. So I always had a close relationship with both of my sons. I believe it is very important to be present for them, even if you cannot be there all the time, but to be there to the extent that you can be, because with boys, they can go adrift very quickly.
Critical element in understanding the father-daughter relationship. It builds her self-esteem when the daddy is around. She will take longer to make certain choices as far as our own intimacy is concerned, or carrying out how she feels. And also as far as our own scholastic achievement is concerned. Study shows that young ladies who have daddy around are better achievers than those who live with a single parent.
My kids have changed me since they were born. I mean, I have two kids, two girls. One is 8, and she's very opinionated. And then I have another who is 13, who is kind of going through becoming a young lady. So I won't say it's drama, but it's an interesting challenge, kind of watching my 13-year-old kind of develop into a young woman. And it's just a lot of changing things, changing situations. But I'll just kind of stick to the core that I'm trying to inculcate some values. I'm trying to ensure that they self-actualize, and I won't deviate from that. But it's obviously I have to kind of show more love, but it's an ongoing process of development each and every day when you have kids.
There is something very critical and crucial that Jamaican fathers must understand. They are protectors and they are providers. And this is a natural instinct in any father, actually. Notwithstanding, just because they are providers, it doesn't mean that they should be treated like an ATM machine. And the only reason why you need the father around is because he's able to provide and to do so efficiently for the family. That ought not to be the case. For our Jamaican society and culture, we need to recognize the importance of daddies. That if it takes 2 to bring you, it takes 2 to grow you.
As a mentor, I need to teach them different skills, how to cope, because this world is not normal. When we were small, the type of dangers that we were exposed to compared to now with the internet and everything, I'd have to be a major police too, because I have to police everything that is coming in through media to them, so that I can ensure that I teach them the right things and help them to be able to make the right choices.
There is a lot of learning with having kids. We have an okay relationship. There's a lot more that I can do as a parent to kind of foster the relationship. But I just take each and every day and try and seize opportunities, trying to balance work, trying to balance family time.
Even as a single dad, I have had support. I've had support from my dad, who is retired, and from my mother-in-law, who is also retired. So some of the logistics of picking up from school, and even in the case of my mother-in-law cooking a Sunday dinner sometimes, I get help there. I've had help, but still it is just to keep the faith and to try and be present, because it's so important, because the kids, they're looking to you to really be in their lives.
Every time I look at him, I am just in awe. I'm like, wow, we created this being. We are responsible for this being, and so my life now, it's all about him, in the sense that I have to put a lot of things in place so that he's okay. I never knew how to love another being until my son came into the world.